Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Fallout 4 and our Baba Yaga playthrough. I happened across the exact suit that I wanted. Now, full disclosure, I had a problem with my save files, and I lost everything I had. And I was fully planning on, because the original thing I was going to do was, I had a mod installed that allowed me to change the colors of things and allowed me to put different armors over different outfits and things like that. Because it was really nice and convenient to be able to put armor on things you would normally be able to put armor on, but the game developers arbitrarily decided that outfits just can't have armor put on them, because whatever. So I had that mod installed, and my intent was I was just going to wait till we picked up any of the suits, and then I would just recolor it to look like the right suit. But then I ran into the problem where I lost all my saves, which sucked, but it is what it is. And so yeah, there's that. So I decided to uninstall all of my mods, which meant that we would have had to have waited until we were going to get an actual clean black suit to be able to get the John Wick look. And I was like, well, I'm just going to spawn it in. But because I had to redo my playthrough, I went back through and cleared everything out of the settlement, and I happened to get one. I was like, oh, wow, that's convenient. So clean black suit, clean blue suit, dirty black suit. I got all kinds of suits, and it's kind of weird because, we're playing the John Wick playthrough. I almost never get suits in my playthroughs, and we just happen to get one here. Don't know why. All right.
You want to come with me, pal?
So we'll bring the dog with us because he has an ability later on that will help us in that.
Let's stick together.
I'm not necessarily sure that we're going to keep him, though, because, if we're doing a John Wick playthrough, he's the lone wanderer. He's like the definition of the lone wanderer, so I don't know. And I like to, for these settlements out here, I just do the scrap all command. I know. You can't cheat, dude, but there's too much to be messing around with in here. I would rather spend my time adventuring than doing inventory management. So let's take everything here. And then we'll go back through into the junk section and get rid of the high quantities of heavy stuff like that. Okay. Steel. That can all go there. Oh, but you know what? I don't need it. I was going to say, we need steel for things, but I scrapped a bunch. I try not to do scrap all in the main sanctuary settlement because it ends up scrapping the tool benches and stuff that you need. All right, we may try to sneak attack this guy here. All right, that takes care of him. And then, unfortunately, the odds of hitting him... Oh, there we go. I think we got him. All right, cool. These guys, I really like being able to use the VAT system for these guys because they can be very difficult to hit. Hold on. Got a really bad crow problem right now, and they're coming around my trailer a lot. And they like to walk around on my roof, and it's like dunk 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 dunk. It's like, go away, go away. Oh, I almost passed by this house here. There's some stuff in here you can grab. All right. Do. Reload here, and come on, get out of the way. Get out of the way. As I've said before, this is going to be a full playthrough, well, ideally. Assuming I don't get bored, this will be a full playthrough of all of the main story and DLC. I will do my best to make it as streamlined and direct as possible. I'm going to try to get sneak attacks wherever we can. All right, there we go. So here's the thing: what we're gonna struggle with, and one of the things that's gonna make us have to be kind of careful is that we're not gonna be able to put on any armor if we want to maintain the look that we're going for. So we're gonna have to be super careful. I will pick up the double barrel shotgun because that can help. Oh, I'm just not looting at all. I do need to pick up rounds and stuff because that is the same as currency. All right, so we've leveled up finally. Oh, we've got 2 levels up. 2 levels. Wow. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to want to get is Gunslinger. So we'll grab that. And then the next thing that we're going to want is... So what we're trying to get down, we're eventually trying to get down to concentrated fire and gun fu, but I don't want to waste these early levels buffing these things up. So I think what we'll do is we'll go with, I want to do things that are going to help my VATs, help out with my VATs. So things that make my VATs work better. That's really what I'm looking for. 5% increased chance to hit. Huh. I don't remember. There was one that made it so that the more you targeted a specific area, the higher the chance of hitting was, and I can't remember which one it is, so that's fine. I think what we'll do is we'll take lockpicking, and then it's like we're gonna focus on the basic stuff for now. We'll really start focusing on getting our character more Baba Yaga-y later on, but unfortunately we're not. It's gonna be a little while before we're able to do that. So it is what it is. Let's see, 38 rounds, and no, we don't want any of that. I'll take ammo. I don't want to load myself up with a bunch of weight. So we'll pick up that because it's better than nothing. Some rounds. Anything that's like 0 weight, I'm happy to take. Alright, so he's on to me now, so I'm not gonna waste time doing no sneak attack damage. Boom. There we go. So part of the reason, like, I know that... Oh. I was gonna say, I know that technically there's no, like, time dilation in John Wick. I don't recall ever seeing that, but... it gives... The time dilation, or the VAT system in this game gives us the cool cinematic third-person view when we do things, so, you know. While it's not necessarily the most accurate thing in the world. Alright, let's grab that. I know while it's not necessarily the most accurate thing in the world, it makes it a little bit more epic, so why not? It makes the fights a little bit more epic, because why not? Right in the head. Now, to be perfectly honest with you, I can certainly just shoot them myself. You know, perfectly capable of that. But it's just more fun to watch the little, you know, slow motion, you're gonna die.
I'm coming in there, and I'm gonna skin every last one of you.
Now let's see. Torso a couple times. Torso a couple times. Double tap center mass. Oh yeah. Boom. Be better when we get the patrol glasses and maybe a fedora to increase our perception even more. Alright, there we go.
Man, I don't know who you are, but your timing's impeccable. Preston Garvey, Commonwealth Minuteman.
Maybe? Glad to help.
Well, if that's true, we could use some more goodwill. As you can see, we're in a bit of a mess here.
Please, go on.
A month ago, there were 20 of us. Yesterday, there were 8. Now we're 5. First, it was the ghouls in Lexington, and now this mess.
Sorry. Sounds rough.
Thanks. It's good to meet someone who really cares. Anyway, we figured Concord would be a safe place to settle. Those raiders proved us wrong. But, well, we do have one idea.
That ain't it.
Let's hear it.
Sturgis, tell him.
There's a crashed vertibird up on the roof. Old school. Pre-war. You might have seen it. Well, looks like one of its passengers left behind a seriously sweet goodie. We're talking a full suit of cherry T-45 power armor. Military issue.
That's some serious protection.
Oh, it gets better.
Trying to like pick the most understated options for the dialogue to kind of stay in character.
Getting right off the vertibird. Do that, and those raiders get an express ticket to hell. You dig?
Minigun. Now we're talking.
I know, right? Only there's one hitch. The suit's out of juice. Probably been dry for 100 years. It can be powered up again. But we're a bit stuck.
I'll help if I can.
What you'll need is an old pre-war FC. A standardized fusion core. Your high-grade...
Oh, you know what?
nuclear battery used by the military and some companies.
Sorry, I realized that at one point I turned down the volume for this game.
Way back when.
That's probably a lot better.
Find one.
But we can't get to the damn thing. It's down in the basement. Locked behind a security gate. Look, I fix stuff. I tinker. Bypassing security ain't exactly my forte. You could give it a shot.
Actually, I already grabbed the fusion core. We're set.
Well, all right. Maybe our luck's finally turning around. Once you jack the core into the power armor and grab that minigun, those raiders will know they picked the wrong fight. Good luck.
All right, so
Hell yeah.
grab this. Includes Atomic Command holotape game. And perception bobblehead. Our perception goes up by 1. Very nice. All right, so now we're going to go to the most epic part of the early game. For those of you who haven't seen this before, I will not spoil the surprise for you. But just know that there's one coming. Okay, pop the fusion core in here. We will not be using the power armor suit. I've done a previous... if you want to see the power armor extensively, I did a previous playthrough in the past where we did a full power armor run-through. You're perfectly welcome to go watch that. Got the minigun here.
Boss, we got somebody up here.
The best way to use the minigun is to just do tiny, tiny little bursts rapidly.
Not a lot of people can get past my boys.
All right, we're going to get this party started quickly. Yeah, be ready for that. Because hopefully these guys can distract. Or not. You can use a doorway here to kind of protect yourself from it, but he'll run away. He actually has some pretty decent AI. So you kind of want to stay on the border of this to prevent him from running off, but then, you know, prevent him from coming into the room with you as well. Alright, that takes care of him. Alright. I'll take any round, anything that's light, anything that's no weight or very lightweight. I don't remember. I think the Deathclaw meat is actually worth some decent amount of money. It's telling me that there's still one dude left. So let's go find him. He must have finished him off. Okay, I'm sure I missed some corpses there, but I don't really want to spend too much time looting bodies. It gets kind of boring and dull.
Take it easy, Mama. You okay?
I'm fine, Preston. Quit fussing.
Hi.
That was a pretty amazing display. I'm just glad you're on our side.
Okay.
You guys gonna be okay now?
Yeah, for a while anyway. We can at least move someplace safer. Listen, when we first met, you said you were glad to help. Well, you did. And we owe you our lives. So here. It ain't much, but it's the best way I can say thank you.
What happens now?
For the longest time, Mama Murphy's had a vision of a place called Sanctuary. Some old neighborhood, but one we can make new again. Why don't you come with us? I could really use your help.
I don't think so, because I really want to focus on the main story, and he ends up giving you a bunch of little side quests to do.
That much is true. 'Cause I seen your
I'm going to try to just
destiny.
remain as neutral as I can. We're not
know
really trying to
your
join any
pain.
causes. We're doing our own thing.
Okay. I'm listening.
You're a man out of time, out of hope. But all's not lost. I can feel your son's energy. He's alive.
I'm listening.
Look, kid, I know how I sound. The sight, it's weird. And it ain't always clear. But your son's out there. And even I don't need the sight to tell you where you should start looking. The great green jewel of the Commonwealth. Diamond City. The biggest settlement around.
What's in Diamond City? Is Sean there?
Look, kid, I'm tired now. Maybe you'll bring me some chems later. The sight will paint a clearer picture.
No, Mama Murphy, we talked about this. That junk. It's gonna kill you.
So, the quest wants me to join him there, but we're not going to do that. We're going to go back to drop off the power armor and get rid of the minigun and all that stuff. But I don't really want to do the whole Minuteman quest line. We're mostly going to be focused on doing the main story, because you could spend hours and hours and hours and hours and hours doing all the little side questy stuff that there is to do, and I have. But for a YouTube playthrough, we're focusing on the character, not necessarily the story. The story is important, but we're really focusing on just developing the character as quickly as we can, or as efficiently as we can. So that's really what we're focused on. So let's get this power armor hooked up to its thing here. Hopefully, I have enough materials. Cool. To get that fully done, and that's just going to sit there for the rest of the game, and we're going to ignore any other power armor that we happen to stumble across. Get rid of all of our junk. I don't remember... No, I don't want any of that. Yeah, okay. So I did pick up everything from there. So, next thing we're going to need to do is start making our way down to Diamond City. So we'll start from the Museum of Freedom. And we're clearly not going to make it down to Diamond City in this episode. We've only got like another 10 minutes left to get things done. But we'll try to get as far as we can. Actually, I want to bring the minigun with me so that we can sell it when we get to a place where we can sell it. So, yeah, let's follow the road down this way and hopefully get ourselves into some trouble. The other thing about the VATS system is that because it forces you to slow down, it has an ammo conservation effect because you start making more tactical decisions instead of just kind of spraying and praying. So it's kind of nice when you have that option available to you. We do have a merchant, looks like right here. She's typically here when I walk down this way in a straightforward manner. So let's see, where is she? Come on, we want to offload our minigun to you. That's a lot of weight we're carrying around for no reason.
So what's your story? Looking to trade? Rob me? Or just ask directions to Diamond City?
Well, let's
see
just
what you
barter.
got.
I have a little bit of everything.
Okay. So first thing, I don't really use any. Well, okay. Well, let's do this first. I need to hold on to the grenades. I'm gonna get rid of the minigun and the pipe pistols. I'm gonna get rid of the laser musket because I'm never gonna use it. Hold on. Stupid crows just walking around on my trailer. Okay, for apparel, well, let's see. Does she have any 10 mil ammo? So we'll do that. Okay, cool. And then we'll sell off things to pay for the ammo. That's typically what I do. I don't typically hold on to booze. We'll hold on to that. I don't typically hold on to food that gives me rads because we're not doing survival, so I don't really need to like fill my hunger bar or anything. So I'm not really worried about that. Deathclaw meat, the brew, the mash. We'll hold on to any meds that we have for now. But anything that's going to give me rads, I'm just going to get rid of. Salisbury steak, the sugar bombs, Ultra Jet. Cool. Bye-bye booze. And don't need the boxes. Burnt magazines or folder. You don't need to hold on to these and you actually get money back out of it. Just picking it up gives you the benefit when you get it. So there's no point in holding on to that. Okay, get rid of all of those. I'm going to hold on to these because she doesn't have enough money to pay me for the rounds that I've picked up. But yeah, when we get to a place where we're able to sell off all of our stuff, this is going to allow us to trade out for a lot more ammo that we actually use. So we're going to hold on to that for now. We at least got rid of most of the weight that I wanted to get rid of, so that's a good thing. So we'll continue heading south. Head over this way to this little diner here.
Hand over the goods. You owe us.
I ain't giving you poison shilling chem pushers anything. Do you know what that junk has done to my boy?
He bought them fair and square, Trudy. Ain't our fault if he's strung out. Whoa, whoa. Easy there, Scabber. This doesn't involve you.
What's going on here?
That's a simple business dispute, got it? Trudy's sitting on a pile of goods that she owes me. I tried reasoning with her, but it looks like I gotta take what's mine by force. Want to make some easy money? Help me out. I could use another gun. Or maybe you think you can talk some sense into her.
Well, John Wick's a good guy, so no.
Who's Trudy?
See that diner right in front of us? Trudy owns the place. She's converted it into a small shop. I sell her chems, she gives me caps and parts I need. And when her son Patrick had his 18th birthday, I might have sold him some jet. Then some more. Then a lot more. Now he's in debt.
This is a morally gray situation.
Looks to me like they shouldn't have bought that jet, and you shouldn't have sold it to them.
Yeah, well, hindsight's a bitch. And I'm holding the leash. Now you gonna help us out, or what?
I'll talk to her. Maybe we can work this out.
Appreciate it.
Okay.
I saw you in that poison cellar talking. Well, he ain't getting his money. Period.
Why? What's this all about?
Oh, that chem pusher didn't tell you? He got my boy hooked on jet. Sold him a ton of junk on credit. And now he expects me to pay him off. That bastard ain't getting a single damn cap from me.
I want to help you, Trudy.
Get rid of Wolfgang. I don't know what he offered you, but I'll pay you 100 caps to kill that jet-selling scumbag.
Yeah, we would go after bad guys, I mean.
All right, Trudy.
Thank you.
You crossed the wrong man.
I'll kill all you.
Ow. I'm used to being able to just run around and do stuff. We're probably gonna die here.
Mom!
I'm used to being able to just kind of run out and do stuff, but We really need that armor. Alright, that takes care of them. That almost went sideways.
Never take a hit at Jet again.
Hey
I
there.
swear.
I can't wait to see the crows feeding on that scumbag. Here, this is for you. Now, if you ever need to trade, my shop's open.
There you go.
Let's see what you have.
All salvage.
Okay, so she has some more 10mm rounds. We'll sell off our 38s and our 5mm. Okay, what else can I use here? I usually just trade ammo. It's normally what I focus on, but we may have to take that back, and we may need to buy some other rounds. There we go. Just want to make sure we're getting our value out of that. And then, yeah, let's, I was going to say, let's continue south along the road, but we're kind of out of time for this episode. So, hopefully you guys had lots of fun. Be sure to click the like button, subscribe to help us reach 10,000 subscribers. Join as a member for early access to videos, among other perks, or you can just leave YouTube's version of a tip with the thanks button. I also have PayPal and Patreon links for those of you who prefer to go that route, so that option is there for your convenience. So again, thanks for watching. Be sure to come back for the next episode, and I'll see you then.